This is a B-17 bomber model that my son and I put together several years ago. You can see that it's got the front chin guns there, a top turret. There's even a ball turret on the bottom here, as well as guns in the waist and in the tail. It's kind of why they called it a flying fortress. But the movie Memphis Belle, which came out in 1990, was a celebrated film, but it really wasn't accurate in what happened in World War II involving that plane. What Hollywood did was they took a bunch of stories from World War II and thrust them all into one movie at the very last mission for the Memphis Belle. The Memphis Belle wasn't even the first plane to fly 25 consecutive missions. It was actually Hell's Angels from the 303rd Bombardment. The plane ended up back in the United States after a war bond tour. The crew were heroes. And then it sat in Memphis for years and people stole stuff out of it. And then finally Wright-Patterson Air Force Base acquired the plane and they restored it. There are only 40 B-17 bombers that still survive today out of the 12,000 that were built. Only 9 are airworthy, and one of them just crashed 2 years ago in Connecticut. Killed a few people, but there are still some out there, and some are under restoration, like the one at Grimes Field, which is actually 5 planes rolled into one. They call it the Champagne Lady. So I'd like you to watch the movie The Memphis Belle to get an idea of what it was like to be an air crew aboard one of these bombers. It was a different type of war than the soldiers that fought on the ground, and the sacrifices that they made helped us win the war. They helped us clear the skies for an Allied invasion, which we'll talk about later at Normandy. It's my favorite bomber, the B-17.